So, hi, welcome again to my YouTube channel. If you're new here, I talk about everything having to do with the Duke and Duchess of Sussex, Prince Harry, the Duke of Sussex, and Meghan, the Duchess, his beautiful wife. And today I'm going to do three videos as I normally do, except if I'm on location, which I will just do one long video. But if I'm indoors, I tend to do three short videos. And yeah, so this one is about Harry's interview or interviews, which are coming up this week with Anderson Cooper at CNN. And also, he has one in England with ITV in England. I think that's on the weekend. And there have been some little snippets of these interviews that have played already um, in the media. And one of the things that jumped out at me was when Harry said that he would love to have his father back. And I don't know what that was in reference to, like what the interviewer asked him, but he was seen saying that he would like to have his father back, and it just broke my heart, because I mean, at the end of the day, I mean, he says, I want a family, not an institution. And you know what? That was so powerful because in the end, I mean, this is a flesh and blood human being, this is a flesh and blood. This is a son, right? This man has a father. Like, institution or no institution, this is my dad. This is his dad. This is his blood. This is his brother, for God's sake. He can't change his biology, even if he wanted to. And neither can they, And so for me, it's quite heartbreaking to see what has happened because of their disapproval of his choice in a wife. And ultimately, everybody's going to say, oh, it's not that. They accepted Meghan. They gave her this multi-million-dollar wedding. What more do you want? I mean, it's true that the big gestures were there. It's true that Prince Charles, was kind enough to walk her down the aisle, which was huge, as I have said in one of my videos, etc., etc. So big things were there. But it's never about the big things. It's never about the big things. It's the small things that really tell you how someone truly feels about you. I mean, someone can tell you, I love you, I love you. Oh my God, they buy you the biggest diamonds. I mean, they give you the world, right? But in that moment of pain where you really just need a friend to just hug you or to say, I'm here for you no matter what. Um, it's like the little things that are intangible that tells you. And I think that I'm fidgeting so much. I think that Megan picked up on that. That sure the big gestures were there, the big expensive wedding, and so on and so forth, but she didn't feel truly accepted, and that's something that is very sort of personal and intimate, and something that the public would not see. The small little gestures, the unspoken gestures that really tell you how people really feel about you. And, they tolerated her, they held their noses, and she knew it. And, on a certain level, it's kind of like, from their perspective, they're in a situation where they depend on public approval for their survival. I mean, if the British people turn on the British family tomorrow, the monarchy is over. It's just over. If the government or the parliament doesn't dismantle it, the people will go in and just break it down like they did in France. I mean, they literally just broke it down. The rule of law broke down, and people went in and they just broke it down and they cut people's necks off, and that was the end of the monarchy. And so the British monarchy is not stupid. I mean, that's why they have survived. They can read their population, and they know that even though there may be some people in England who think that Meghan is lovely and beautiful and interesting and different and exotic, God forbid, they also know that there is a very powerful part of the society that absolutely wants nothing to do with a monarchy that is tainted in any way with what they call black blood. It's just not. If you look at the history of this country, I mean, this matters. This matters. The quote unquote purity of the British monarchy and racial purity, whatever the hell that means. I mean, that's like a joke to me. But there are people who really believe this and subscribe to this idea that there's something called racial purity. And the idea, I mean, it's not even an Asian, it's like, or Hispanic, it's like something from Africa. And you know, the history of England and Africa, it's not one of equality. I mean, you can entertain us and you can, whatever, but you can't be an heir to our throne. Are you crazy? So on that level, the British royal family and the representatives of the British royal family at this time read the tea leaves, right? And they knew that Meghan, because she is in part of African DNA, that they ran the risk, a slow dribble, but eventually it would have just snowballed, of getting themselves extinct. Yeah, they some, a small group would have started and they would have become a very big thing before you know it, because they don't want that, and that's not every British person, but it is enough that it threatens the very existence of the monarchy. Meghan is an existential threat to the monarchy, not just among the royal family, because they themselves have their issues, but they have these issues in part because of their population and certain members in that population who are very strong and very powerful and who want nothing to do with heirs to the throne with DNA from African people. I mean, you can call it what you want. It's racist, whatever it is. I don't know what you call it, right? But that's just what it is. And so they have to be very careful. And that's why I think they distance themselves from Meghan to the extent that they have. Um, yeah. It's that. I mean, it's not pretty, but it's that. And so I think that Harry wants his dad back and so on and so forth, but his dad is very, very nervous. I mean, he wants the monarchy to survive so that he can hand it to William, so that William can hand it to George. And you listen to what the British people are saying. I mean, most of them want Harry and Meghan to be completely dispossessed of their Duke and Duchess title. They don't want them in England. They wanted them out of Frogmore. Some of them are saying they want their money back for their wedding. I mean, the media is viciously against them. You know, to bring them back in is to risk again their own existence. And I don't think that Charles and William are willing to take that risk. And so I think this relationship between Harry and his family is unfortunately probably forever tainted, Um, so he chose Meghan, and I think that, he chose well, but he's going to be strong enough. He's going to have to be strong enough to realize he's now Edward VIII 2.0, right? There's no going back. That's what I think. So, yeah. But anyway, that's all for this one. I hope I didn't offend you too much. If you're English, I mean, no offense to anybody. It's just how it is. I don't make the rules. Don't shoot the messenger. Okay? See you in the next one. Take care. Bye.